Hello everyone, welcome to the Green Man channel. Hope you're all doing good and well. So time for a midweek album review. This time I'm tackling the fourth studio album from the power metal band Fifth Angel and their release When Angels Kill, which came out on the 16th of June via Nuclear Blast, and the album is 14 tracks and it's an hour and 9 minutes in length. So as with Jagdpanzer, this is a band I'm discovering for the first time. This album is actually only the band's fourth studio album, despite them being around since 1986. They had a long hiatus between 1989's Time Will Tell and then The Third Secret, which only came out a few years ago. So this being the band's fourth studio album, they're having that long hiatus. Also, they've got a couple of new band members in the mix here as well. You've got a new vocalist in Stephen Carlson. There's also a new guitarist, Ethan Brosh, as well. So it's almost, I don't really know the band's other material, so I don't have much to compare this to. But all I'll say is none of that really matters, because this is a power metal that is exciting, it's dynamic, it's well structured, well produced, it's just turbocharged, but not overly technical or not, super fast like maybe a Dragon Force album, but it's just up tempo and it is just near perfect power metal at times, I would say. I will come to in my track breakdown where I'll talk about the tracks a little bit more. I do have a couple of criticisms, particularly kind of as the album goes on, but this is just a pretty compact, despite its length, it sounds cohesive, and it's just that exciting, kind of pretty thrilling power metal that if you like power metal, or even just slightly more fast style heavy metal, I think Painkiller era, kind of Judas Priest or something like that, I guess, I think you're going to dig this. And I don't think you want to miss this one. If you can, I say that about a lot of albums on this channel, but certainly of the power metal subgenre, this is maybe my favourite power metal album of 2023 so far, which makes it quite likely you might see this on the end of year list come December. Anyway, enough sort of gushing about the album, because as I say, I do have a couple of criticisms. I'll come to those in a second. So you start the album off with Descent into Darkness, an intro track. Here we go, another intro track for you. But then you get When Angels Kill, which is a killer of a song. And this is the kind of track which sets the tone for the album. And it's certainly, you get the flavour of the album from just this song. You will get the flavour of what the next sort of several tracks after this, just by listening to this track. That's not to say the track or the album doesn't have that bit of variety to still make it interesting, because it does. The guitarists change things up. The drummer is phenomenal. Ken Mary, this drummer in this band, he is just something else. He is just, playing the drums like it's his last time he's going to play the drums. Every song, and it's like every single drum. I'm not a drummer, but man, the way he plays the drums on this album is just something to behold on its own, let alone the rest of the band here and what they do. Resist the Tyrants, the third track on the album, I was going to talk about that just briefly, has a really cool kind of post-chorus thing going on where they sort of slow down the track a bit and there's this kind of marching drum beat. And I just really enjoy a lot of that track, and the vocal dynamics in it as well from Stephen Carlson, also very, very good. Now, one of the album's few low points to me was We Are Immortal, which is just kind of one of those trumpet blowing power metal tracks where they're just going, "We are immortal," and they just sing that same line kind of just too many times for me. It's just one of those tracks that, for me, take out this track, and the album is probably, a 9 out of 10 almost. I just didn't really like that track too much, to be honest. But here we go. Here's where the album gets right back on track with Empire of Hate. Now, Empire of Hate starts a streak of great tracks. I mean, this is where this album really takes off for me, because Empire of Hate just has this, really great chorus. It's just bruising. It's just another one of these kind of tracks with these crazy rhythms going on. It's just really cool, really kick-ass track. And Run to the Black, the track that follows that, has a certain Iron Maidenness to it, so of course I'm going to like it. Good breakdown. And when you're singing along to the chorus on this one, it's hard not to clench your fist and just do a sort of power metal clenched fist, if If you don't do that, you're probably not a power metal fan, I'm guessing, right? And you know, the album just goes from strength to strength for that. Up until I think it's the end of everything, which is the last but one track, where the album just kind of, the momentum falls a bit for me. It falls away, and it's a shame because I think they take the album a little bit too long, and because of that, it's just going to slightly affect my score. This album, without two tracks here, without We Are Immortal, without The End of Everything, and without a couple of the strange narrated moments, which I didn't think were totally necessary, but a lot of albums and artists like to do that with the tracks to tell a story and all that sort of thing. But you take those things away, this album's probably easily a 9 out of 10. But as a result, for me, the final score, I'm giving this, you know, really terrific and fun and exciting, as I say, power metal album. It's going to be an 8.5 still, because this has a ton of replay value, I swear. You're going to be playing this album again and again and again. So that kind of makes up for just those 2 or 3 tracks which I didn't quite like as much. But it doesn't quite get the album a 9 out of 10, because the album was also just these strange narrations and stuff going on, which, you know, just slightly broke just a fantastic, thunderous, unrelenting, otherwise hour of music, which is just great on the ears. So that's it. I also want to give a shout out to this artwork as well. I really like the artwork with the angel, with the kind of light on the left-hand side and the dark on her right-hand side of her as well. It's really interesting. It doesn't look like she's a particularly friendly angel, though, with that sword. You know, she'd probably kill me pretty quick, but there are probably worse ways to go, right? Anyway, let's finish things there before I go off on a complete tangent. So thanks all for watching as always. Don't forget to drop a sub to the channel if you enjoyed this review, and hope if you get to check this one out with your busy schedules out there, that you enjoy this one, because I really did. I really like this one. Maybe it's just up my street, but there we go. That's it for today. Thanks everybody. Bye for now.